Love to hear that song. It is hard to believe, you guys. It was 45 years ago. 500,000 people gathered at Max Yasgur's dairy farm in Bethel, New York, to witness what has become known as one of the 50 moments that changed the history of rock and roll. And one man helped to make it happen against all odds. The co-founder of Woodstock, Michael Lang, is Skyping in live with us right now to talk about this historic event. Welcome, Michael. We are so happy to have you on our show.
Thanks, very nice to be here.
It's so good to have you. You know, we want to start off with the significance of Woodstock for our young viewers out there. It was so much more than just a music and art festival. This was a social statement and movement during the fight for civil rights. I mean, how did you have the forethought back then to even know that music would ignite social change?
Well, you know, throughout that decade in the 60s, music was very much a big part of the social change that was going on, from the freedom marches to the anti-war movement. So we were very familiar with the power of music. And when we decided to put this event together.
Well, it's amazing, too, to see what the outcome has been with this, because they were expecting 200,000 people, but 500,000 showed up. Not only that, another 1 million people were turned away. It was just
so crazy.
So much bigger than anyone could have imagined. Let's take a quick look, Michael, at your reaction when this was happening at Woodstock.
Financially, this is a disaster.
But you look so happy.
I'm very Look what you got there, man. You couldn't buy that for anything. Sure. This is really beautiful, right? These people are communicating with each other. That rarely happens anywhere anymore.
Kind of crazy, Michael. We got to know, given that enormous crowd and the turnout, you seemed like you knew it would be this way. I mean, how was that? Take us back to that day.
Well, you know, we certainly hoped it would be that way, that people would come together in the right spirit. You know, it was a very strange time in America. The anti-war movement was at its peak, I think. We'd come through, you know, the sort of peace and love of the mid-'60s, and then towards '68 things started to get a little bit dire and violent, and political groups who weren't seeing enough change fast enough were getting violent. And we just thought it was time to sort of take a moment.
Well, and it's crazy to think with all those people, there weren't any reports of violence.
I know. I feel like if that would have happened today, there would have been some kind of upheaval. But I guess it was an anti-war movement, and so it was just this feeling of peace among everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, we think of it so fondly too.
And Michael, do we still have you on the line? Because it sounded like you cut out a little bit. Is he there, guys? Okay, we lost our connection, but we want to keep this conversation going, because the clip we just saw was from the Academy Award-winning movie Woodstock. It was 3 days of peace and music. And a festival like Woodstock, do you guys think that could ever be recreated today? I mean, you kind of touched on that, but when I think of music festivals now, I think of all the people in mosh pits and fighting, and you know, even stars throwing fans off the stage and that kind of thing. You guys think that could happen
maybe
today?
if it was in Colorado where pot is legal, but
yeah, really.
I really feel like, you know, it's just that chill feeling that you get when you talk about Woodstock. And I don't know. I mean, maybe we could, but I feel like today's culture is just so much different.
Well,
I agree.
And you've got something really cool in your hand here. So what's happening is, in honor of that 45th anniversary of Woodstock, they're about to release a director's cut of never-before-seen footage from the festival, okay? I can't wait to see what is on this.
I know.
Because you've got to think, I mean, something that was making this much news, there's got to be all kinds of stuff we still haven't seen coming out of this.
Exactly.
And you know what? We can really learn from that period of time, because, again, it was about love and peace. And, you know, everyone loved everyone. Now we're so divided, and diversity is an issue. And so I really look forward to seeing that.
Yeah. All right, so that we talked about Woodstock, 3 days of peace and music. The 40th anniversary limited edition revisited on Blu-ray won't be released to the public until July 29th, but we have got a few copies to give away, you guys. If you want them, head to our Facebook page, Emotional Mojo. Click on the link to enter to win a copy. We want to thank Michael. I know we got disconnected there, but we're so appreciative he took some time out to speak with us about the significance of this, for sure.